Earth, the little part of the galaxy we call home. In recent years, we are becoming more and more aware that some of our behaviors are slowly destroying our home. Reducing our carbon footprint has become a popular discussion topic among individuals, businesses, and even in the White House. Two former White House execs inspired Mark Durenberger, president of New England Clean Energy, to pursue a career in energy engineering.
If you go back to my college days, Jimmy Carter was president.
Tonight, at this crucial time, I want to emphasize why it is so important that we have an energy plan and what we will risk as a nation if we are timid or reluctant to face this challenge.
And he had put solar panels on the White House. And I thought that was really cool. And I started researching energy engineering because I wanted to be an engineer.
After finishing college, Mark started working in the nuclear energy industry.
My last position, I was a consultant, and I was traveling too much, and I got tired of being in airports. So I said, I need to do a new business. And at the same time, I was doing presentations for Al Gore for the climate change. He had the Inconvenient Truth presentation. He trained a few thousand people to go and do that presentation for him. So I was one of his trainees, and I was doing that presentation, and I was thinking about selling the old company and trying to figure out what the next thing I was going to do was, and then it finally dawned on me that I'd gone to college for energy engineering. It said, gee, why don't I start a company that does renewable energy?
And that's exactly what he did. Mark founded New England Clean Energy in 2006.
New England Clean Energy is a local installer of solar electric systems and solar hot water systems.
Solar electric systems are panels that are placed on rooftops and positioned to face the sun. Sunlight allows electron molecules in the panels to shake free and be converted into electricity.
So when you're making solar electricity, your meter is either running slower because you're not buying as much from National Grid or NSTAR or your local power company, or there are times when you're making more on your roof than you need and now your meter starts running backwards.
At the end of the year, if your system produces more electricity than used, your electric company sends you a check. It's one of the many benefits of having a solar electric system.
There is an initial cost, and we never deny it. The benefits accrue over time, and so usually when we're talking with a customer, we sit down and we go through the numbers, and I show a customer how the system will benefit them over time. There are other benefits that are harder to put dollar values against. Being somewhat independent from your power company or from your oil company, knowing that you've reduced your carbon footprint, you're helping the planet, there's value in that, hard to put a dollar value on it. Putting a system on your house generally adds value to the house, so if you're thinking about selling at some point in the future, you will see that in the price of the house. So you have to sit with a customer and walk them through the benefits and help them understand that it's a good long-term return, actually better than what you can get on Wall Street these days.
Luckily, there are several government programs that are designed to help with the upfront cost. John Robichard of Marlborough recently installed a solar electric system and is already reaping the benefits.
The first day it was installed, I took a reading outside, and when I went out the next day, the meter had actually gone backwards. It's maintenance free. You don't have to clean the panels. There's nothing you have to do to the panels. The rain just basically washes whatever collects on it. The pollen, the rain will just wash it off.
The neat side effect of when someone puts in a solar system, to a person, their usage goes down after they put in the solar system. I think what happens is they get their bill, they see how low it is based on the generation they're doing on the roof, then they say, I wonder if we can get it to go lower. And they start figuring out ways to lower their electric bill even further.
New England Clean Energy prioritizes educating people on ways to conserve energy. Mark shares with us some energy-saving tips and tricks that can be used in any home or office. No solar system required for these tips.
I'll ask them if they've changed their light bulbs. Have they switched over to compact fluorescence or LED bulbs? I see a hot tub and I go, do you use that? Right? Hot tubs are huge electricity users, and a lot of people keep them warm but then really hardly ever use them. I ask about extra insulation in the house. Have you gone and put more attic insulation in? Well, the obvious ones like turning lights off when you're not in the room. I love to tease my son. I say, is your bed afraid of the dark? I mean, that's the easiest one, is just get in the habit of turning off the lights when you leave the room. Then it's a little more challenging to start identifying things that are plugged in that don't need to be plugged in.
Computers, video game consoles, and dehumidifiers are some of the most common devices that are left on 24/7. Powering them down when you're not using them will reduce energy costs.
This is something called a kilowatt. You plug your device into the front, you plug it into the wall, and then it tells you what your device is using. It's a really handy little tool. It's like $22 to $25. You can get them at the hardware store or some of the big box stores, online. They're all over the place. But it allows you to see what a device is using. These are transformers. Right? They convert AC on one side to DC, and that powers a computer, it powers a printer, it powers a monitor. Whether the computer is on or not, this draws a slight amount of energy. It is estimated that between 5 and 10% of a house's energy use is wasted through these things we like to call bricks or vampires, because they just suck energy all the time.
When buying new appliances and electronics, look for the Energy Star label. These appliances use 10 to 50% less energy. Combined with energy-conscious habits such as shutting off power strips when you leave the office or before bed, will save money and the planet. We are all responsible for keeping this earth clean and green. Why not get started today?